Hi everybody, welcome back to another video. We're here this morning to unbox a product from AUTOOL. We've been lucky enough to be picked to review and test their products for a couple of weeks. So our first product they've sent us is the DM303 multimeter, and it's like a specialized multimeter for testing all different circuits. So we're just going to unbox it this morning and we'll show you what comes in the box and what its capabilities are. So it'll probably be a few days before we'll have an actual video up of us using it on a vehicle. We have to get used to using it first and stuff like that. So here's our unboxing video of it anyway. So this is the box it came in, fairly well sealed, as you can see. So it's been delivered to our address, which is the address. And it came from Origin AUTOOL Tech Company Limited. You see where it came from, shipping date. It's got a battery label, say that there's batteries inside in it. So we're going to open it up and see what's inside in it. I'm just being careful not to damage the box. See, we've got a nice cardboard box at the minute. So, as well as being packed very well, there's also a lovely cardboard box inside in it. So you can see what we have. We have the AUTOOL Auto Diagnostic multimeter, DM303. There's kind of a sketch of it. First couple of tests: voltage current test, auto start test, ignition signal test, and oscilloscope. And on the other side, we have an injector test, analog signal test, relay test, and K and CAN data reading. So it sounds very interesting at the moment, so we're just going to pop it open. So it comes in a nice hard box. So it comes in this nice solid box, plastic solid box. One single clip in the center, like that. First thing is we get this envelope. We'll look at it in a minute. We obviously have a manual. So I use our manual. Our leads. And the most important thing is our meter itself. So that's the meter itself. It's a nice looking unit actually. It's got a stand, nice big buttons, nice big ports for your leads. Clearly seen it. You also have another connector up here. I'm not sure that's for with a light, I presume. So yeah, also have a stand. So the stand is nice as well. It's a strong, sturdy stand. So first impressions is looks pretty good for our line of work. Doesn't look cheap. Buttons are nice and solid. There's no rubber buttons on them, so there's no wear. Also, these the writing probably won't wear off a meter eventually. So yeah. So I presume we're going to have to get batteries for this. There's a batteries inside it. So I'll look at that now in a second. So there are leads. like the leads. The leads are nice and they're not cheap plastically, they're nice and rubbery. Same with the probes. Nice long probes in them. Nice for back probing without having to use a back probe. Nice. Obviously you'd have to be a little bit careful that these don't possibly snap off when you're back probing. But obviously that's or bend. But as you see, they're really small, narrow little probes up to the other side. So that's a plus side as well, to be fair. So a lot of multimeters don't come with narrow little probes for our line of work. So you have to obviously get little pin probes. Also the leads are nice and long. The leads are nice and long, so there's no issue with the leads being too short. I'll leave that till last. Over the book now, we'll just have a quick look through the book. There's 2 books inside. So even the bag that comes with the book isn't a cheap plastic clip. It's actually got a proper bag, so you can put the book back into it, and it's not going to get damaged. So here's our user manual. We'll look at that in a minute. We'll leave the 2 of them there for a few minutes. Here's our user manual. It's the AUTOOL DM303 auto diagnostic multimeter. So you have a lot of copyright, trademarks, stuff like that to read through. So you have your guidelines or cautions, overview, signature diagram, button function, cable number, function operation guidelines, voltage measurement, oscilloscope, current measurement, resistance, automotive circuit test, car startup test, injector test, automobile relay test, analog signal test, ignition signal test, K-line data, CAN bus data, frequency measurement. Other problems: battery installation, software upgrading, equipment identification number, maintenance, warranty access, disclaimer, and returns and exchange. So first of all, we're just going to see what the story is with the battery. So we're going to go to page 28, I think. Anyway, by right, when you do receive one of these, if you do receive one, you should always read the manual first before you actually attempting to use it, so you don't have any issues with damaging the unit before you even get to use it. So battery installation, the installation of 4 AAA batteries, 3.6 remove the screw, the middle position, recover, and so on. So we're just going to stop the video here for a second, turn the multimeter around, the DM303, and we're going to see what the story is of batteries. So another part to this was we didn't know that there was a second compartment, and reading the book then I found out that there is. So our batteries are inside here, so we have batteries now in our unit. We also have extra leads. So we have these power lead, I presume it's for the cranking test. Nice rubber kind of leads, they're not cheap plasticky. Nice cross-lite clips as well with them, strong cross-lite clips. We also have another lead, presume it's to do with other tests like the relay test and stuff like that, output tests and signal generator. So that's another lead for the kit. We have like a breakout leads, so for all different kind of pins and relays. So you see there's multiple types, male and female, which is a good thing. Also there is this kind of splitter, this power splitter of some sort for something. And then we also have, you can clearly see what this is. This is a coil and plug tester, secondary waveform tester. So with all that back into its box for a moment. we have put the batteries in. So basically 4 AAAs. You remove that screw and remove it there and all together. Now I presume you can get rechargeable batteries. I didn't look to see these rechargeable. But you see there's 4 AAAs. See there. They come with the with the actual DM303. So it says do not connect improperly, charge or dispose of in fire. So these aren't rechargeable, but as far as I'm aware, if you get rechargeable battery pack for it, you can charge it by USB-C on the side, which I'll show you there now in a second. Those 2 little tabs are going to sit into. I need to over squeeze that screw, it's only plastic. Stand up the multimeter. So we put our batteries in, press the power button, it boots. A couple of different things, so we voltmeter, amp meter, ohm meter, cranking, vehicle circuit, oscilloscope. Injector, relay, signal output, CAN data, cabling data, ignition, frequency, which is another handy setting, settings, help and about. So we've connected our leads up to our power supply, and we've just got to do a quick test of volts and just show you. So what I want to do is join the 2 leads together and press the 0 button. So we can see now that we have 0 across the board. So we can connect our positive and our negative without touching each other, hopefully. So we have 7 volts and we have 7 volts on our screen here. So it's close, well, 7. But you're going to get that because it's 3 decimal places. So increase it to 8 volts. So 8 volts. So we're going to 5 volt supply. Which if we want to check 5 volt supply, 4.9, 4.99. Should 4.99 there now, so 4.99, 5 volt supply. So pretty accurate. We'll go up to, go back now, we'll go up to 10.99, 11 volts, pretty close. 12 volts, 12 volts, yeah, 13 volts, 14 volts, 15 volts. Not sure how far this actually goes, but so we won't go any further than 15 volts for the moment until I check it out. Obviously have our nice big 4mm banana jacks, voltage, current and diode. Then we have our common ground, which is fused with a 400 milliamp fuse, which I think, reading in the book, that it resets itself if it does blow. Milliamps and amps. So we're going to go to amps in a second and we're going to check our amps here. So alright, and go back to our menu. We'll escape back to our main menu again. Go red and put it on our amps. So now we have these 2 are joined together between a fuse. So we'll take our amps. And we've got 1 amp on our, just start a minute. So we're just going to increase this. 28 milliamps, 30 milliamps, 40 milliamps, 60 milliamps, 70 milliamps, 100 milliamps. So I'll bring it back down again. No amps for that, so we bring up 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So you see 1 milliamp. So even though I connected into the amps, it's still picking up my milliamps. So I don't know if I swap the two, I don't know what will happen. So I might just stop this for a second. So no output, so I should go to 0. So yeah, so we give our milliamps goes to the opposite thing, so it gets a bigger, you know, it looks like a bigger reading, but it's not. So we should have 40 milliamps there now. 0.3 of a volt. So all in all, it's pretty accurate, to be fair. But 40 millivolts and saying 41.2, but in fairness, that's pretty accurate. So yeah. So back over this. So first impressions is it's a nice unit, even holding in our hand. It's not too bulky. There's also got a light, so there's also a light in it. A nice bright light. So if you were looking for something you couldn't see, there you go, turn the light on. There's a USB and a SD card slot. I can only presume that is for charging, and maybe that's for updates, or maybe is there anything in there, I'm not sure. No, there's nothing in there, so I'll see something maybe for saving, if you want to save waveforms or something. But I'll see USB-C, so you can possibly be charged with your charger battery pack of some sort. Just going to do a quick play around. Obviously it's not on the vehicle at the minute, but so automotive circuit, that's okay, yeah, so it's kind of like, should we connect to the battery? That's why it's beeping, so it knows there's something issue. Cranking is probably the same. Choose the C01 line plus 02 line and connect the 2 poles to the car battery, so that's should be labeled it, so yeah, so it's labeled. And the C2 line and the C01 line, so these are C04, so that lead. So I'm going to have a play with this over the next couple of days. Get used to some of its functions. Most of its functions use this oscilloscope function, which I think is going to be pretty handy. So down here we have our relay testing. So drive the relay coil, choose the C01 line, connect the relay, then connect the car battery, press OK to drive the relay to work. So it's kind of a handy little thing to have if you have and think you have an issue with something not grounding the relay or the relay not being turned on. You can actually turn it on. CAN and K-line data, signal output. So analyze signal output, square wave is output from C1 line. The normal output signal voltage is about 4.5 volts. The maximum output frequency is 10 kilohertz. When it's lower than 50 hertz, you can blah, blah, blah. So I should read all that, go through all that, and just set what frequency or what signal out you want. It's kind of handy as well. If you have like an issue with some signal that you want to see back at the ECU, make sure the wiring is okay. You can just do it by connecting this up and connect it into the signal wire back to the ECU, and then by checking at the ECU with a multimeter or with a scope, you can possibly see your signal back. So you can just say in there wiring is good and it's something else that's faulty then. I have to look into that frequency and settings. I presume you can turn off this beeping noise. Yeah. So it's you can brightness, so obviously more brightness, sleep time 5 minutes. More brightness, the less battery or the more battery you're going to consume. Language settings, time settings, all that really. There's a help thing there. So boot screen, volts measurement, all help, oscilloscope, all detection, relay test, analog signals, ignition pulse, CAN detection, CAN and frequency measurement. So all in all, it is actually a pretty useful tool. A bit more information there on the back of it. This is obviously not available at the minute. It's only available to the people that review it, and the likes of ourselves and others that have been chosen. But yeah, I'm gonna test it out now during the week, and we'll have a video then on its functions and its capabilities and an overall positive or negative feedback really. But I presume by the looks of it, it should be pretty good. Yeah, so thanks for watching this one, and stay tuned for our actual hands-on with using this on a vehicle. Should be fairly shortly.